In cutting, the first victims would be the system employees. These layoffs would mean fewer classes, fewer programs, and fewer services. The second victim would be salaries of the remaining employees. Fortunately for the college and university faculty, they live in a world that is nationally competitive, and they have the talents to move anywhere. The system's best professors would simply leave Nevada. A third unworkable remedy is already being discussed by the governor, the legislators, and the Board of Regents: increasing tuition and fees. Low tuition and fees have been used to encourage Nevada's high school graduates to stay in Nevada to go to college because Nevada does not offer scholarships. The college door must be kept open for young people who cannot afford even today's level of tuition and fees. However, even the Millennium Scholarships, Nevada's best attempt to build an educated workforce, is in danger of disappearing because of lack of funding sources. But with large increases in tuition and fees and no increases in scholarships, Nevada may be guaranteeing itself a loss of an entire educated generation. The state pays about 80% of the system's costs. The student pays 20%. If the state were to cut its contribution by 36%, the state would then contribute 51% and the students would contribute 49%, an increase of more than 2.5 times our current tuition and fees. An increase in tuition and fees to fill the hole the governor described would make tuition and fees so high that it would be cheaper to go out of state to college. At a time when more Nevadans are unemployed and underemployed than ever before, how many could afford to attend Nevada's colleges? And how many would want to attend Nevada's colleges? Remember that it is not just the opportunity lost for an individual, it is a loss for all Nevadans when businesses leave Nevada or do not come to Nevada because Nevada has few educated employees to hire. Every one of the proposed cuts will ultimately destroy your children's chance to be well educated. Nevada presently does not have enough college graduates to make Nevada economically competitive against other states or other countries. Nevada cannot afford to have fewer college graduates. College graduates from other states will also have serious doubts about moving to Nevada, where education is the worst in the nation. Nevada does not have enough high-level research capabilities in its universities or the Desert Research Institute to attract high-tech jobs. Under the governor's proposed budget cuts, Nevada will have less qualified experts because it will not be able to retain and certainly not attract the best researchers. The system does not provide adequate scholarships to retain Nevada's best high school graduates and does not provide financial aid to assist students who need help in attending college. The system does not graduate enough nurses, physicians, and healthcare workers to provide even the minimum health care required by Nevadans. With budget cuts, there will be fewer and possibly no health care providers available to meet even the basic needs of Nevadans. And the list goes on and on. In the last year, I've been working with your elected officials to try to find ways to avert this destruction of Nevada's public K-16 educational system. The Board of Regents has stepped up and will insist on every potential cost savings that can be found while still protecting students in the system's basic mission. However, it will be impossible to increase efficiencies to make up for the 36% cuts. We cannot cut our way out of this problem. I have suggested to legislators that they find new revenue sources, including a new and productive tax system. New funding can be found that will not drag down the economy. Finally, let me comment on one statistic that Governor Gibbons included in his State of the State address. Under his budget, higher education would get 13% of the state general fund, higher than the national average in 2007 of 11.2%. He is correct. However, what he failed to tell you is that the Nevada general fund budget is so small that Nevada ranked 48th in the nation for the amount the state spends per citizen. Obviously, the state has a very small budget, and even a relatively high percentage produces very limited support. Those figures are for 2007, prior to the cuts of the last 2 years and the proposed draconian cuts of the next 2 years. Also look at the amount of state money spent for higher education per citizen in the state. Nevada ranked 33rd in 2007. Surely that would be 50th with this budget proposal. If you include local funding for higher education along with state funding, because many states do support community colleges with local funding, Nevada drops to 36th. certainly now 50th with this budget proposal. Do not believe that Nevada is doing well in higher education support. The governor's budget is an absolute travesty. The legislative conversations are about to begin in earnest, with good people coming together to find solutions. Please express your support of education to your legislators as they undertake this difficult task. Education is too important to you, your children, and your grandchildren. In difficult times, the best investment is education. Education is the solution to the state's financial and cultural problems. Good evening.
If you'd like a copy of tonight's speech, log on to www.nevada.edu.